My name is Raghav and I want to talk about Bhool Chuk Maaf. Bhool Chuk Maaf is a 2025 Indian Hindi language fantasy romantic comedy film written and directed by Karan Sharma. There isn't a lot of information about Karan Sharma on the internet. From what I understand, he's done some work on Indian TV before and this might be his first movie. If anyone has any more information about this guy, let me know in the comments. The title Bhool Chuk Maaf can be translated to forgive my mistakes or something similar, which is a common phrase used in North India when people are trying to be gracious and generally polite. Like, hey, if anything I said today has offended anyone, that was not my intention, and please forgive my mistakes. If you've seen my reviews before, I mentioned this weird phenomenon of Groundhog Day becoming its own genre with the advent of time loop movies like Palm Springs and the Happy Death Day franchise, and now Bhool Chuk Maaf is the latest to enter this pantheon of movies set within a recurring day. These types of movies are rare in Indian cinema and they tend to be weird, half-assed copies or not well thought out gimmicks that don't really fit in an Indian context. The 2010 sloppy Back to the Future remake Action Replay is an example of something like this that didn't do its due diligence and inevitably became a forgettable waste of time. Pun intended. Bhool Chuk Maaf, however, actually twists the concept of being stuck in a time loop to make it work in a specifically Indian context that roots it in a way that doesn't leave the audience with any questions of how this particular premise would work. It's done simply but effectively. And in the third act, when the plot comes together, it's actually really smart and heartwarming. A lot of times the time loop is just a method to teach the protagonist a coming of age type lesson, but this movie actually takes it a step further. It uses the premise to talk about a lot of different things subtly, like family dynamics, personal growth, and how your decisions and self-centeredness can affect others, but it also overtly talks about some of those everyday social ills that we as a community take for granted. Taking a time loop comedy and having it make a strong commentary on Indian society in a way that isn't preachy or boring is quite a feat, and the film lands this plane pretty well in my opinion. Rajkummar Rao is in top form as this lovable idiot who learns a valuable life lesson, and it's a role he's very comfortable in. We've seen him do similar stuff before and he's always been very good at it. He's incredibly committed to the role. No aspect of his performance feels phoned in, especially in that final act. It's really amazing to see. I have to give a special mention to his co-lead Wamiqa Gabbi. I never even heard of this actress before, but my god, she's amazing. She fully embodies this childish, whiny, irritable young desi girl. She's got a great handle on the daddy spoilt brat kind of persona, and she brings specificity to her performance that I almost never see actors bother to do in Indian movies. Seriously, she's worth watching, an absolute scene stealer, and she gets a lot to do comedically, which is rare for women in these roles, and it's a breath of fresh air. The rest of the supporting cast is doing their job well enough, but honestly nothing much to write home about. The music is kinda meh, but overall you do leave the movie with a general positive feeling. Other than that third act, however, the beginning and middle of the film are full of fat. It takes too long to first get to the time loop, and then we spend too long in the frustration of being stuck in one. When the third act reveal happens, the story moves so well that you kind of wish more time was spent here, or at least less time was spent building up to it. Because it's not really a build up to anything. It's just a lot of fluff and extras that neither flesh out the world nor make the film more interesting. For example, one of the repetitive things that happen in the loop is a flower pot falls and breaks every time. The movie and the main character spend way too much time drawing attention to this fucking pot. It's meant to be comedic, but it just feels repetitive. And I understand the argument that it could be used to highlight the main character's frustration of being stuck in this situation, but just because our protagonist is suffering doesn't mean we have to as well. As the credits roll, we get a lightly updated remix of a random song from a popular rom-com from the 2000s, which neither makes sense nor has any relevance to the premise of the film, and sadly it's the only good song in the movie. Overall, Bhool Chuk Maaf is a light-hearted comedy with a good idea that delivers a sharp social commentary. And even though it starts a little rocky and gets a little tedious in the middle, that tightly written and well executed final stretch makes you feel like the movie wasn't a total waste of time. Didn't I already make this pun? Am I in a Groundhog Day? Thank you for watching. Please consider subscribing to my channel and leave a comment letting me know which movie you think I should check out next. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.